And thus begins Shantae. The first Shantae game from the Game Boy Color is the game we're playing tonight on this stream. Welcome to the stream, everybody. I am the Chris who plays games, playing retro games every Monday at 9:15. That's now. And every Friday at 9:15 playing whatever I feel like. I use he, him pronouns, and I am happy to be here with all of you tonight. Tonight we're playing a game called Shantae. Shantae is a half-genie lady who is protecting the town of whatever. So this is the earliest Shantae game, I think. There's a whole bunch of them out there now, but we're going to start this one off tonight. This is a longer game, so we're not going to finish it tonight, but we are going to play it through. Welcome to the stream. Space Face, it's good to see you again. Super Sky, Yugi, Mikey Vlogs, and 10 Minute Break. Happy to have all of you here, as well as anyone else who might be out there in the stands. Welcome to the stream, everybody. It is Monday. I hope your week started okay. I hope your weekend went well. I hope that everything is just going to go perfectly for you, and if it's not, I hope you can just sit back, relax, and have a good time here tonight. Tonight I'm wearing my shirt from SnapClickCat, another streamer here on the YouTube gaming system, whatever it's called, with the Cheers Clink shirt. So we'll pull out a beer later tonight. For the moment, though, I'm going to get started with this game, and we're going to whip Shantae's hair back and forth, because that's how you attack things in this game. Welcome all of you, and I hope you just sit back, have a good time, and enjoy, you know, a zebra Nope, my zebras don't work. Never mind, I moved my zebras and I forgot to change it. So forget what I just said. No zebras. We do have drone footage, so I guess we could do that instead. So in the upper left, you'll see drone footage from the drone flying I did this weekend. Anyway, how was your Monday? How was your weekend? Did everything go well? Is there something you wish went better? Tell me what you are thinking, because I want to know. On Friday, I did an awesome stream from the GMTK Game Jam 2018, which was super fun. I got to play 18 different games, many of which were great, and also got to hang out with a bunch of the developers, which was really cool. So if I ever do another Game Jam stream, it will definitely be my intention to try and find as many developers as I can and get them to show up, because that was definitely half of the fun. One of my regulars definitely commented on how fun that stream was, so... Oh no, the video got corrupted. Oh, that sucks. Which game was yours, Space Face? You were Cursor OS, right? Is that right? I don't remember. I played so many of them. There were so many of them. I know you were one of the early ones. Oh no! Oh, that sucks. I'm so sorry. I know how much that sucks. Well, not 3 days. I am lucky that I have not had that happen, most likely. I have deleted some stuff before, but it's one of the nice things about working in computer programming, actually, is that the use of version control means that most mistakes and problems are recoverable to some extent, which is good. So you can go back to a previous known working state, which is good. But the game is about 125% of my voice, really? That seems odd, but okay. Tell me if that seems too quiet, which is what I would expect it to be, and I'll see if I can find an in-between point there. I mean, there's only really one in-between point that I can find, but I'll try it. Yeah, Cursor OS, gotcha. So what got corrupted? You had, like, stuff that you recorded that you were talking about, or is it, like, an edit you were working on, or what it is? Yeah, it's just a tad quiet now. Alright, let's try... We'll try this. You can let me know if you can hear it at all, and if not, then I'll push some more buttons. Anyway, happy Monday. Hello, Brad. Hello, everybody else like that. You were exporting and it crashed. So did the, but, like, can't you try re-exporting? Is it like a Premiere export? Oh, wipe the entire file. Oh, no! Enough button pushing. Well, I'm gonna keep pushing buttons anyway, because you gotta play the game somehow. Oh god, this guy threw a bomb at me. Look out. Oh, he threw a bomb at the building. So I guess the Game Boy Color must have had the ability to, like, shake textures or something. Hey, old man, are you okay? Look what these Tinkerbats did to my shop. I've got to stop them before they escape with my steam engine. Steam engine? What's a steam engine? I'll explain later. Right now, we have to get it back. You stay put. I'll handle this. What's a steam engine? It's an engine that produces steam, but that's not important right now. Alright, let's go. Let's go, baby. Alright, we gotta go down here. These rocks are gonna crumble. So yeah, things that I believe based on... So one of the things that I have always commented on is that developers of games oftentimes really like to demonstrate the technical capabilities of the platforms they're working with. If you look at, like, Zelda's Twilight Princess, in one of the very early on rooms in the game, they show you like standing in front of a mirror, and I am pretty sure that room exists solely because like developers needed some way to test that reflections worked in their game engine or something like that. And I feel like you do this all the time. Like you'll have that's enough. That's far enough, Risky. Where's the steam engine? None of your business. More importantly, you people have been using my sea without paying my fee, and now you're in a lot of hot water. That's ridiculous. The ocean is free for all to enjoy. Who do you think you are? Who am I? I'm Risky Boots, Queen of the Seven Seas, and anyone who opposes me will be crushed flat. Men, spank this one extra hard for mommy. Well, that's weirdly kinky. Okay. So I gotta move before I get spanked, I guess. Not really what I was thinking I wanted to do, but, you know, that's Shantae for you. Alright, I'm just gonna whip my hair back and forth. So what were you using to work on your video, Space? So one thing I found out recently is that Premiere does backups automatically of all of your save files as you do them, which is helpful. I mean, I'm asking as if you haven't already considered all of the ways to get your video out. Like, I would have more motivation to do that than you would. Of course you know what you're talking about, so I shouldn't be ridiculous, but... Hit Film Express, gotcha. Not something I'm familiar with. Oh god. Oh god. Premiere costs a lot of money. I mean, it's not like a lot of money for a professional piece of software, but it's kind of disappointing because I mean, so it used to be that like Photoshop would cost like 600 bucks, but it was like a one-time fee, and then like you got upgrades and other stuff like that, but like, you know, you wouldn't have to pay that all the time. And now, like, they've only got, like, this cloud-based, like, pay per month, whatever thing. And they're always trying to, like, convince you that, like, oh, it's gonna be cheap. And so, like, they make it $20 for students, and they give you you know, membership for the first month that's cheaper, or whatever else like that. And it's all terrible. I hate that. Yeah, and if you want to pay monthly instead of committing to an annual thing, like say I have a 3-month project, like I have to pay, you know, the equivalent of $750 a year divided up a month. So, like, yeah, it's not $15. If you want to pay, like, it's okay. I think Premiere on its own is $20, but if you want to get all of them, it's like $60 a month. And it's like, seriously? But I paid it, so... You certainly made sure work of those bandits. Hiring a town genie was a dandy idea indeed. Maybe it's time I told them I'm only a half genie, then Scuttletown could get a real guardian genie to protect them. How did I let things get so screwed up? I mean, you tried to stop that person. Yeah, well, I want an individual price for me. Where's my steam engine? I'm sorry, Mimic. Risky got away with the steam engine, and now she's going to use it to destroy Scuttletown. If only I were a real genie, then I'd show that Risky a thing or two. Let me explain from the beginning. Yeah, so I did actually try to make a new account, but they put something on the file system, and I didn't wipe enough of what I had done, so... It all started on my last dig, when I unearthed an ancient vault. Hidden was a diagram of strange contraption. Here's how the thing works. I mean, it's a steam engine. A full chamber of water is heated, like so. It becomes steam, blasting out the top with enough pressure to turn a wheel indefinitely. Steam-powered muscle like that could change the world. I used the plans to build a steam engine of my own. I'm almost done when that vixen swiped it. She seemed to be headed towards Watertown. Maybe there's still a chance to get the engine back. That a girl. Just be sure you visit the save room before you go. I'm gonna visit the save room right now. It's called Shift F1. Visited. Oh, okay. Alright, go to Watertown and find Bolo. I don't know anything about Watertown, but we're gonna find some Bolo. First we're gonna go to the bathhouse, because that feels like a place that, you know, a half genie belongs. What are you doing in here? Taking a bath? Hi, Shantae. This is the place to revive those aching muscles and soak your worries away. Alright. Oh, cool. It heals me. Okay, so the bathhouse heals me up. Good to know. I assume at some point I'm going to get more hearts. So the video in the upper left of the screen, if you are interested, is drone footage from this weekend. So the Caribbean Carnival Festival in Cambridge was this weekend, and so I took my drone out and did some video of the parade, and so you'll see that playing in the corner there throughout the evening. I need to do like a more serious edit. I also have a bunch of footage that I shot on my SLR that I'm going to mix into a more serious edit. I'll have to see if I can, you know, fit it together in some kind of narrative or story. But yeah, shooting the Carnival Festival Parade, whatever, is one of the things that I've actually shot most often in Cambridge. So I've actually shot it at 3 different years now. I've shot it in 2014 when I first got my drone. I shot it last year and I shot it this year. So I actually have footage from 3 years of Carnival. I actually produced a video from my first visit to Carnival, and it was shortly, I think I would have published it shortly before Hawk vs. Drone. And so after Hawk vs. Drone, I had someone who looked at my video and was like, I'm going to report you to the FCC. You're flying too close over people, blah, 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 blah. And he wasn't wrong. I probably was flying too close over people at the time, but at the time I had a different standard for safety, and I was doing it over people who knew what I was doing for the most part. They were like, hey, fly over us, and, you know, they didn't really realize what they were asking for, but they did ask for it, so, you know, at least I have that excuse. Alright, give me a heart, that's good, I like that. Also, I'll kill you so I can get another one, there we go. Oh no! Well, so for the most part, so there's a particular scene that I think would definitely not be the thing that I would do again, and that was one where, like, I flew very low, like only like 10-15 feet above a whole crowd of people who had asked me to fly over them. And I wouldn't do that again. There was also a point where I flew just like over the street at like 50-75 feet above them, and I didn't hover or anything else like that over people when I was doing that. I would do that again. I mean, I try and limit those shots, but like it's really not that high of a risk, because like even if something goes wrong, the drone is going to likely, you know, it's going to follow the track that it's on, and so it'll fall, but it's unlikely to fall directly on someone's head. So there's a couple of like flying directly over someone shots that I would have gotten then, and I might do those shots again. But the one that was problematic is the and I agree it was problematic, is the one where I flew directly over a bunch of people's heads. So yeah, it does a little bit, but it's okay. Is the music really, like, can you hear the music at all? It just seems, I don't know. I thought I had gotten pretty good at reading my levels, and I guess I have not. Alright, I'm gonna stay low this time, because last time I went super high, and then I fell into a pit. So let's not do that this time. Huh, okay. I'm gonna turn this up slightly then, so I can hear it. Okay. And hopefully that did nothing to increase the sound. Actually, I should check. Oh. Okay, I think I know part of why that did a thing, but alright. Okay, it makes more sense to me now. I had forgotten that when I did my last CPG rant, I used a gain filter to turn up the volume slightly in OBS, which changes things around a little bit and how they show up. So anyway, not relevant, just talking to myself, technical shit. Okay, so it is Monday evening here. How was your weekend? I know that Brad spent like 8 hours playing some Animu game that he didn't expect to like. I know that Leif was able to, I think, play another stream of his Steins Gate 0 point whatever going on. But what else did you do besides, I guess Space Face mentioned that he was making a video that got corrupted, sadly. Plot is for chumps. That's my feeling. I always try and rush through all the plot. I'm reading the plot in this one a little bit because it's actually like, I can't like skip past it. Hi. Hello, Shantae. Would you like me to save a record of your travels? No, I don't actually care. I'm just gonna do this instead. Done. Oh no! Oh no, oh no! I mean, Animu is just another way of saying anime. Do I have a full screen, like, drone scene? I feel like I used to. Oh, thanks for subscribing, Killa Orca. Maybe I don't anymore. Huh. I guess I don't. I wonder if I can make one. Drone scene. And then I push the button and I add a VLC video source, which is drones, and then it does this. And then I resize it. Yeah, so like here, you can see a shot where it's like me. It's over my head, but that's it. Except that broke. Oh yeah, there we go. So here, I'm relatively close, but I'm not over anyone's head. And that's a tactic that I learned after the first time I filmed this, is to kind of just do the shooting over on the edge. I don't know why it keeps pausing. Probably related to the fact it's, you know, 4K video, but whatever. Anyway. Okay. Da, da, da. How can I get that? I want that bug. That's on my, like, start screen, so I assume that I can get it somehow. Oh god. Stop jumping at me, you weird fish thing. Let's try and go this way. Oh gosh! Okay, we're good. I jumped over. I know it didn't look like I was going to, but I did. Oh, okay. I didn't mean to go down. I meant to go up, but I pushed the down button to try and attack the snakes, and it did not do what I expected. Okay, well, here we are in this underground lair. Yeah. How did you... just fine. Just dodge past my hair, then. Jeez Louise. Okay. So I feel like, and maybe this is wrong, you know, I guess the music is more technically advanced than, like, a Nintendo, but it feels... I don't like the feel as much. Okay, so now it's daytime. Oh! I read, like, someone told me about this. Like, during the daytime, the enemies hit harder or something like that. Or nighttime. During the nighttime, the enemies hit harder. So I want to avoid enemies more during the nighttime, I guess. I didn't really realize that it was a day-night cycle, even though I should have. I thought it was just, like, evil things are happening versus not evil things are happening. Okay. So this is clearly just like a forever spawn point, and I can't get up to the thing I want. What the heck? Come on, seriously? Like, how was I supposed to know that was gonna happen? No visible warning. I got no, like, things splashing out of the water first to let me know something was gonna pop out. Nothing. Nothing, I tell you. Alright, let's just jump all the way up here. Up we go. Oh no! Oh shit! What the fuck? I looked like... Yeah, so this is one of the problems that I have with some games, is like, what is a platform? What is not a platform? Like, it looked to me like that's a platform I should be able to stand on, right? Am I crazy? Like, how am I supposed to know that this gray thing is a platform and that green thing is not? It feels cheap. I just hate that. You gotta give me a visual indicator. It's one of the things that I think upsets me most about games, like, is platforms like that. You gotta give me good separation, visual separation, especially because, like, I can't tell whether things are like, the other time I was trying to, like, I was coming over the bridges and I was trying to, like, avoid a green grassy thing, and it turned out that time it was a platform. So I was like, I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna YOLO jump, and that turned out as YOLO jumping onto something that was a platform. But I don't know. I just feel like you gotta play it better than that somehow. Whatever. I guess that's just going to be part of the challenge of Shantae. As I said before, I do not expect to finish this game tonight. It is quite long. Longer than an average CPG stream, so we will have to find out exactly how I plan to play this. It'll depend a little bit on how tired I am tonight. I had my first German class today. I learned a little bit about how to say, like, well, we practiced saying, like, what is your name and where are you from? Unfortunately, I don't remember how to do any of those things, so it clearly has not stuck in my head yet, but I'm going to be taking German classes twice a week for the foreseeable future. I think until November-ish? Is this Watertown? I feel like this might be Watertown. Is your ponytail magic? I thought only half-genies were born with quirky powers like that. I know a gal who could squirt milk out her eye. Bet she was a half-genie. Okay, that's the Watertown gates. That's the save room. Where's the bathhouse? Warp squid hut. I haven't found any warp squids, so... Item shop. Firefly shrine. That feels like a bathhouse. So, one of the things is my wife and I are... Oh. It's too hard to see. It would take 12 fireflies to brighten things up. Oh, okay. So fireflies are those things I need to pick up. So it is a, oh, there we go. It's like, I need some life. It didn't gel with you, Soy Bomb. Well, this is my first time ever actually streaming a Game Boy Color game on stream, so yeah, Brad, I was talking a little bit about how this game still manages to do the inappropriately lewd character designs. I would say this Bass House person, and the other thing is like Shantae's butt wiggle when she's crouching down, are both what I would consider inappropriately lewd for a video game. So my family is German. I'm Christopher Schmidt. So my grandparents were born in Germany. Amusingly, my mother was also born in Germany because her dad was an army recruiter. My dad, who is German, was not born in Germany. He was born in the U.S. Hello. Hi, Bolo. I thought I'd found you here. We got an emergency in Shuttletown. Oh, I was supposed to find Bolo. Okay. Something Lady Pirate Risky Boot. She came here already and she didn't attack? No, not at all. She just wanted directions to the dribble fountain. You didn't give them to her, did you? She sure was pretty. And that outfit. Woohoo! Yeah, see, like, stop that. Like, what are you doing? You imbecile! Now I've got to get there first. Where is this place? You probably passed it on the way here. The aqueduct below it is locked up tight, though. I suppose I could show you how it opens. You bet you will. You're in the doghouse as it is. I'll meet you at the dribble fountain, and you better be there. Okay. Well, I guess we passed it on the way, and so we'll go back to that. So yeah, if we look at... So this is the Caribbean Carnival Festival, and so you can see all these, like, big fancy things that people are walking in. This is me checking that I can come down, which probably means the battery was dying on that particular drone battery, so bad timing on my part. Yeah. Alright, yeah, catch them, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know what the instructional method is. I don't know. It's like, to me, it's very similar to the German classes that or the Spanish classes I took in high school. It's a, something like, okay, immersion. It's an immersion learning program. I wasn't sure if that was like a type. Alright, so let's go see if we can unlock this fountain that supposedly we passed by already. Hello, gaming lawyer. Yeah, so Jess and I were talking about the fact that we, you know, so we're at this point becoming empty nesters. Our eldest daughter, our youngest daughter, is finishing up high school. She's a senior in high school. Our elder daughter is already moved out, lives in California now. And so we were talking about the fact that we should go actually, like, do things together besides watch shit on Netflix. And so with that in mind, we decided we should do something, and I said, like, you pick something out, because I'll do anything. Like, I'll go to, you know, burlesque shows, or I'll go to lectures at Harvard, or I'll do whatever. Like, book signings, bring me to it. Like, I will accept all of it. And Jess is much more picky, so I said, okay, pick something. She's like, how about we take classes together at the Goethe Institute? And I was like, sure, sounds good. So we are doing that. The reason for German rather than something else is I have family who's German, elderly family who are, frankly, at this point losing some of their English, so this is an attempt for me to, you know, do a little bit of the, you know, participation in the family culture and heritage by learning German. Plus this way, when Trump decides to, you know, I don't know, deport everybody or kill everything or whatever, maybe I can escape to Germany. But yeah. Oh yeah, so it was only, the instructor only spoke German. The only exception with her speaking German at all, or almost entirely German, was that when she was instructing us how to sign up for the classroom website, she did use English, which I appreciated. God damn it. I knew that was going to happen. Now I've got to be all the way back here. Okay, got to be more careful. Take fewer risks. Oh no! Stupid snakes! See, I knew snakes were gonna come out, but I thought I could jump over them, and I failed! Failed! Go to a burlesque lecture. Oh, so, I mean, that was one of the burlesque shows I went to. Get You a Girl That Can Do Both was a burlesque lecture, a burlesque show that combined, like, 5-minute TED-style educational talks with burlesque acts by the same performer. And so they, like, the performance got up and, like, did, like, a TED-style talk on the importance of unit testing or on the global refugee crisis. And then in the second half of the show, they took off their clothes and danced around a while. Yeah, so they have, of course, in the class, they've got these little, like, audio things you have to listen to and write down, like, which person said what, and what word was said, and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, so you've got Nicole and Paco, who are very excited because they both, like, know the same song, I guess. And they meet Frau Wagner or something like that. And she's like, oh, Paco, like, it's nice to meet you. Where are you from? Are you from Spain? And he's like, no. And Nicole's like, no, he's from Mexico. And she's like, oh, you're one of those type of Spanish speakers. And so, yeah, she's pretty disappointed with her catch, I guess. And yes, so Jess is referring to her as the racist grandma. Alright, give me a heart. Oh no! Okay. We're fine. We're all good. Oh shit. Oh shit! Double shit. Alright, let's give me some... Daddy wants a new pair of shoes! But yeah, so we listened to that, and then we had to do like a section where it was like, okay, I'm gonna give you out little cards, and you have to find some way to make people understand where you're from. And so you could use, like, she's like, gave examples, she's like, you can pantomime something. And so the first guy got, like, Egypt. And so he did the, like, walk like an Egyptian. And we were like, do Vohen, you know, Egyptia, or whatever. I don't know how to say any of the words that we learned. But yeah, and then, you know, when it was my turn, one of the examples was like, oh, you could say hello in the language from the place you're from. And so I get China, and I'm like, oh shit. Like, I'm pretty sure that ni hao is how you say hello in Chinese, but if not, I'm gonna look real dumb. And there's someone in the class from China, so there's like someone from Brazil, someone from China, two people from Russia, 2 people from Canada, like a couple other things like that. And so I'm sitting here going like, oh shit, like I'm gonna say like ni hao, and someone's gonna guess Japan, and I'm gonna be like, fuck, that's not the right, like I gotta try again and say something more Chinese because I clearly don't know how to say hello. But it turns out that ni hao is in fact how you say hello in Chinese, and so I was successful at demonstrating which country I was from, and so they figured it out, so. But yeah, so we went over that, and we went over the formal versus informal. Jess, of course, insists that I only refer to her in the formal, despite the fact that we have known each other for 15 years and been married for 11, because that's just the way she is. Was it 11? Yeah. June 9th, 2007. That's 11. Oh god! Okay, that's that platform that I thought was a platform that is not a platform. There's gonna be some angry fish here. Maybe not. But there are gonna be some snakes here. Alright, snakes. Bring it on. I'm gonna whip you with my hair and grab some hearts. Maybe not. Oh god. That's right, fish. You stay away. You just stay in your little area over there. Alright, snakes. Oh no! Well, I got a heart. Ugh! Putting myself in between 2 snakes going in different directions. Wise move. Except not. Alright, let's go down here and see if I can find something down here now. Is Bolo gonna be here now? Telling me where to go? Nope. Oh. Well, I guess I've answered a question, maybe? Maybe not. Ah! There's like a boss or something. Yeah, I don't know how else you would portray Scotland in pantomime or drawing or whatever. What the fuck? Alright, whatever. I'm just gonna run past you. Oh god. I don't know what's going on here at all. I don't know where to go. I was supposed to go to some spring, but I didn't see the guy who was supposed to... Like, Bolo didn't come help me. I guess I can crawl through here, too. Nope, maybe not. Hair whipping is the only weapon I have at the moment. I don't know if it's the only one I'm going to have forever, but... It's all I got for now. I do have, on my pause menu, I have like a whole bunch of like slots that I assume that I will fill in at some point, but... Ah! Yeah. Ow. Get out of here. I'll whip my hair back and forth. There we go. Alright, so let's go... I feel like I'm going like a really long direction this way, and I'm gonna find out it's the wrong way, so... I have no idea what, like... have you ever seen the meme, which I think is like from, like, Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood or something, where she's like looking at that piece of paper, and she's like, I understand some of those words. That's what I feel like right now with the question you just asked me. I have no idea what you're talking about. I have never played Shantae before right now, so I have no Shantae characters. I don't know what an Echo Fighter is. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is a game. I think that's the newest Smash Bros. For Switch, so I know that much. But that doesn't help me answer any other part of your questions, unfortunately. But I'm gonna guess it will be Shadow Shantae, whatever that is. I don't actually claim that's a thing, but... So yeah, in the upper left part of my screen, you can see my drone footage from this weekend. I only have like 20 minutes of it, but where I was filming the Cambridge Carnival Festival from the air. Okay, I'm frustrated. I feel like Bolo was supposed to help me like unlock some spring, and so I went the way he told me to, and it's not working out for me. Bolo, you're not doing your job. Oh, okay. So, but like, Link doesn't have an Echo Fighter, right? Like, not every character has an Echo Fighter. Or am I wrong and every character has an Echo Fighter now? He has 3 Echo Fighters. What? Oh god. Super Smash Bros. Is complex. Okay, so I can't jump up there. No, I don't want to... Alright, fine. Whatever. But, like, one of Link's moves is, like, to throw a boomerang. Do the other Echo Fighters throw boomerangs? Also, my drone footage is not working as well as I want. I think I'm going to turn that off. I think that is something I'm going to have to dig into and figure out what's up with that, because it's not working as well as I'd like. We can, in a little bit, take a break and watch my Carnival video from a couple years ago, though. Okay, so... Uh-oh. Now it's nighttime. I'm in trouble. Okay, so I'm going to try and go all the way back up, which I have not actually done. Oh god. Get out of here, you weird fish frog thing. Alright, fish frog down. Oh, okay. There you are. What are you doing now, you idiot? I can smell her perfume, so beautiful and alluring. Oh, snap out of it. I gotta get inside. Whatever Risky's after her is worth investigating. Stand back. A quick flick of the wrist and... That seems weird. Okay. That ought to do it. You go on inside. I'll wait here in case she comes back. Alright, Risky. There you are. Hold it, you rat. Huh? That's that silly girl again. Try if you like, but you'll never keep up with me. Ta-ta! Oh no. I have a problem. Oh, I was assuming this water was going to hurt me, but it seems that it does not. Ugh. Oh, that didn't work. Okay. Hello, supermodel. I'm confused. This brick doesn't, like, break, right? That's right. Will you wiggle your butt, Shantae? That'll help. Okay, this is the part of the evening where I look up what the fuck to do. Shantae walkthrough. This is the part of the game where it would have been smart if I had spent more than 12 minutes planning ahead for this stream. But, you know, when I have German class and everything else like that, that's just the way it goes. Jump to the door. I did that. Okay. Jump on a platform that has the water flowing. Crouch. Oh, okay. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. I wanna be a supermodel, oh yeah, not just a regular girl! Well, that was a long fall. Good thing there's no fall damage. Hello, Stingray! I mean, learning is good. We should all learn. We should learn more than we do. But yeah, it is definitely going to be, it's a lot. You know, so it's an hour-and-a-half class, twice a week, plus homework, and online assignments, and other stuff, so. Hopefully by the time I'm done, I'll at least be able to introduce myself. And be able to say more than, like, Wobus do, which is probably wrong. Ah! Those platforms are gonna hurt me. Okay. Good to know. Don't stand on platforms when they are glowing with electricity. But yes, hello Stingray, hello Mr. 32, speaking in Japanese for Leif, because I don't speak any Japanese. Well, this is unfortunate. Guess I'm supposed to go this way. Okay, giant water droplet that can kill me. That seems... What's going on here? Oh, I guess I have to kill this giant water droplet that can kill me. Water droplet, ahoy! Oh god. Haha! It goes pretty well. Like I said, so Jess and I took our first German lessons tonight in this German class that we're taking. They were good, a bit overwhelming, immersion learning. So it's, you know, almost entirely in German, with the exception of occasional, you know, loan words or other things. So like the first assignment that she did in class was basically she came in and she walked in and said like, "Do any of you know German?" In German, of course. All this is in German. Do any of you know German? Everyone says 9, no German, you know, no, etc. And then she puts up a slide on the computer, and it's like, you know, a bunch of loan words. You know, beer, wine, tea, coffee. Hey, I found a warp squid. Oh, cool. I guess I found a warp squid. And then she has us read them all out. So, like, if you read the orange, like, you know, what does orange mean? Well, the orange means orange. Like, no shock there. Okay, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this guy exactly, but I feel like I'm not doing it well. Okay, I have to wait for him to, like, be ready to jump, otherwise he just dodges. There we go. And then she read through this like long list of 20 words, all in German, and reads out the translate, and we all recite the translations of them because they were all obvious. except for cocoa, which I stupidly was like, does that mean chocolate? But of course it means cocoa. And then went on and was like, see, you all already know German. There's no problem here. And I was like, yeah, but I feel like there's gonna be more to it than that. But yes, so but yes, so the already know German part, she also said in German. The one thing she said after that in German is she asked, why do you know this in German? And someone said because, English is a Germanic language. And she said in English, like, yes, German's a cousin to English. So there's a little bit of English in cases like that, or when she was teaching us how to use the online course materials or other things. But yeah, so it's a bit overwhelming when you take an immersion course in the very first day. On the other hand, we made our daughter do it when we sent her off to Language Academy and Monterey Middlebury Language Academy in Vermont. So I feel like if she can do it, so can we. I don't know what's... Do I want to make this be like fish or octopuses? Let's make it all octopuses. Oh no, I failed to make it all octopuses. Okay, we'll make it all fish. Give me fishes. There we go. I found a key. Excellent. Oh yeah, so yeah, octopus means inkfish. Or inkfish means octopus. What is it? Falling umbrella is a parachute. Stink animal is a skunk. Stink animal is skunk. What was it? Light bulb is glowing pear. So glowing pear is light bulb. She was talking a little bit about how German is a very literal language. Alright, let's go this way. Nice timing, bad timing. There we go. Hey! I keep thinking that those water droplets are gonna kill me, in part because I think, the final level of Mega Man 2 has water droplets that, do more damage than anything else in the whole frickin' level. And so I am forever afraid of water droplets in games now. That's cool, Supermodel. Whoa! Don't listen to Brad. Hang out with her. Be friends. It's good to have friends. Because you got to have friends. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. You got to have friends. Hey! I like hearts. Alright, shoot out those fireballs. That's right. Friendship is the best. My wife is my best friend. Oh, okay, so 2 octopuses, snail, octopus. Alright, let's look for 2 octopuses, snail, octopus. People who can be friends who are not supermodels. Alright, 2 octopuses, snail, octopuses. 2 octopus. Was that from top to bottom or bottom to top? I can't remember. Okay, I guess now I know. Whew, okay. That's right, Key. Brad's my friend, and I only know him online, but it's still pretty great. Brad should clearly come to Boston, but... Oh, so there's a new book about Google's culture that's come out today. It's called Goomix. Goomix is Google Comics, and it is a collection of comics from 2010 to 2015 produced by Manu Cornet, who is who makes a webcomic inside Google. If you read through the website, which is, I think, goomix.com, it sounds pretty clear that he and the Google lawyers do not agree whether he's allowed to publish this book, or whether he should, perhaps. it makes it, he's like, you know, people, one of the questions is like, oh, you just want to get rich off of this? And he's like, you know, if you could see my legal bills that I've had to put up with for dealing with this shit, like, you would not think that I was attempting to get rich. Which is very much a, like, well, that doesn't sound like you're dealing with Google's lawyers then, because then you wouldn't be footing the bills, so, I thought that that was an interesting thing. And then I read the internal story of how the book got published and found that my particular read on the publishing of the book was not in any way off base. So, yeah, so it seems like he tried to talk to Google lawyers about publishing the book, and they kind of gave him not a lot of support. So he's publishing it anyway. Good on him. And yeah, so it's available for like 25 bucks on Amazon. And basically, I don't know if you've ever seen the comic where it shows like all of the different org charts at various companies. And so it has like, you know, at Oracle, it has a bunch of lawyers pointing guns at engineers, or at you know, Google, it's like one level like of administration and nothing else or whatever. And so he made that comic many years ago. So like a comic of organizations by org chart. Organization, org chart, comic. Let's try this. Menu. Yeah, this one, there we go. I found it. Yeah, so this is one of the images that he drew. So at Amazon, you have a very hierarchical structure. At Google, you have, you know, one person in charge of this and this and this and this and this. Facebook is God knows what's going on. Microsoft, you have different things all pointing guns at each other. Apple, one big leader with effectively no, you know, hierarchy. And at Oracle, you have the legal team, which is 3 times the size of the engineering team. And so this comic was drawn by Manu Cornett, who draws the comics for Gumix as well, and released his book yesterday, something like that. This website. Hello, Matus. Welcome. Okay, so I got another warp squid, but I don't really know where to go from here. I got a key, which I think I didn't use. Maybe I did use it. Where to go? Let's try this way. Oh god! Oh! So that water kills me. Good to know. No. Does it? I'm confused. Did I die, or did I just... I don't know. Let's try this again. Okay. So go this way, Ow! Fine, whatever. Okay, so let's go this way. Yeah, I did not go this way yet. Cool. But yes, as I read through that page, I was like, huh, it sounds very much like he is publishing a book that Google would kind of rather him not publish, which makes a little bit of sense, because a lot of the Gumix comics are... They don't make Google look great all the time, right? Like, you know, some of them they're whining about all the typical, like, things that office workers whine about, but it's, you know, having that public out there doesn't fit with Google's view of, like, oh, everything is blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, exactly. Alright, so I've got 3 fish here. Okay. I'm gonna try and make these match. Now that I've knocked one off the top. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna keep walking forward and see if I can find something that will tell me a design of 2 things. I did break it. Yeah, I'm clearly not treating this particular maze with the respect it deserves. I'm just like, you know what? Fuck you, level. But yes, I think he likely has a lot of meetings in general, and I think publishing this book probably means that he had a bunch more meetings that he did not schedule for. My only, the only positive takeaway I can have from that is that it seems like he's been at Google a long time, so hopefully he doesn't need the money. If you're doing it for love, great. I really do appreciate people who can be at Google and not have to feel like it's an obligation to continue to be there. And I feel like you don't release a book over the, apparent objections of the lawyers of the company that you work for if you're really concerned about your long-term longevity there. Okay, so it seems that my fix of finding another place to go did not work. Okay, so what do we got? We got octopus, snail, fish. Octopus, snail, fish. Okay, so let's just start out with octopus, octopus. Okay, we'll count in binary. I guess it's not actually binary, never mind. Okay, so snail, snail doesn't work. Fish, fish doesn't work. Octopus, fish doesn't work. Oh, crap. Snail, fish. Da 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 da. Okay, so maybe there was a notice back here. If so, I missed it. Okay. Okay, so something here isn't matching up. So, I mean, I think the game's fine. It's a fun platformer. It's the controls are good. The thing about it is it's not just a platformer. It's got puzzles in it, and puzzles are great. I really enjoy a game that incorporates elements of different styles of gameplay, but I'm having trouble with this one because I'm not paying attention to it as a puzzle or RPG game. And if you don't pay attention to the game in the style it's designed, then you run into trouble. So I'm running into trouble because I'm not playing the game like as it's created, because I'm streaming. And this is like a problem for me often when I'm streaming is, am I like behaving in the way that is consistent with what the game is and how the game is intended to be played or not. Alright, you're gonna go down there. I will come and get you. Ow! That's fucking cheating. Fuck! So yeah, I am hoping that if I defeat this guy, it will open something up that I will be able to use to find the right pattern to use in that key room. Or I'll just find a key. Okay. Chris's Puzzle and Genie. Sounds good. I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay, so I can't go up there, but I did find a key. So that whole, like, key room is just a trick. There's not a key there at all. Key is there. Alright, cool. And that's why it's broken. It's broken to make it clear that I can't do that. Okay, so my next room is going to be an octopus. Octopus, octopus. Maybe? Okay, octopus. Oh no! I'm confused. I lined it all up on octopuses. So I'm going to assume that somewhere, if I hit this the right way, it's going to connect to something? Aha! Aha! It's going to go down to the other one. Oh no, it didn't go down. There we go. Oh, okay, so I'm going to have to slide this all the way back, and it's going to wind up on top of the other thing that I couldn't figure out, and I'm going to have to make that one all octopuses because I need to fix it. So I go here, and then I keep going, I keep going, I keep going. Yeah, so it's not really a platformer. It's like a something slightly different, or at least it has elements of a puzzle game as well. And in that, it's just not something that I'm prepared for, because honestly, I didn't actually think of what game to play ahead of time, so I didn't do anything to plan ahead for it. But yeah, so that is my trouble. Take that. I got a lot of gems now. Okay, so now I can go octopus, 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 and get the key. Look at that. Look at that. I did it. I'm brilliant. They don't call me the dumb boy for nothing. Wait, that's not what they call me. The genie, yes. Genius, that's what they call me. Maybe just half genius? Ugh. Watch Finding Nemo in your film analysis class, huh? So what about Finding Nemo did you find most interesting to analyze in your film analysis class? I guess, you know, so Finding Nemo has a lot of the classical tropes of, I mean, in general, Disney movies take a lot of, like, genre-specific elements and narrow them down to their most basic form, right? So it is generally the case that Disney movies are a little bit tropey, and that's what they are because they're designed for children, in large part. Okay, hi. Thank you for freeing me. Once I was the guardian of this labyrinth, but a terrible creature imprisoned me here. For your kindness, I will teach you a magical dance you can use to foil evil. There's no way I'm gonna remember that. Oh, down right. Okay, cool. It's not? Oh, it's Pixar, I guess. Pixar is similar. Practice hard and never forget them. Also, isn't Pixar Disney now? Or is it not Pixar either? So now do I have... Okay. I mean, in general, that's the case with a lot of those types of movies, right? Oh, yeah. I mean, I count it as a Disney movie if Disney owns it now. Oh. Oh. Okay, so I'm supposed to... I'm supposed to push this? No. What? How do I do the dance? Oh, select. Select first. Okay. Alright, hold on. Tell me again. As the musical note lights up, input the first move of the dance. When it lights up again, input the next... Oh, the musical note. Okay. There we go. Okay, now I'm a monkey. And I can climb on walls. Cool. And now I can come back here, and I can do this. So I guess Shantae can turn into a monkey. Fun facts. How do I turn back into not a monkey? Select? Okay. Oh! Okay. There we go. Alright, what's this way? Oh, that's water. Don't fall in the water. Whee! Another thing about me, another big problem, not patient. I'm just like, fuck it, I'm going everywhere. I can be a monkey now. Flying through the air. All's good. Oh, interesting. So I had not actually realized there was like an actual code for how I had to do things, but okay, so I think I screwed up because okay, I screwed up. Need to go back where I came from. Let's go this way. And then to the right rather than to the left. Maybe? Nope, this is the wrong way. I think. Ow. Okay, so that's not good. Okay. So let's turn back into a thing. Human, genie, whatever. I don't know. Cool. Stun locked. Why are you, like, flickering? Stop flickering. There we go. Cool. Alright, this seems like a boss battle. Yes, it is risky business. What is this place? Ho ho ho! The legendary Dribblestone. Mine for the taking. We pour water into the steam engine when this thing will power it forever. What? Aye! Oh, that hurt. I like that there's like monkey statues here, which indicates I probably need to be a monkey at some point, but alright. Hit the eyeball. Hit the eyeball. Hit the eyeball. Nope. Failed. Oh god. No, it's alright. I'm doing pretty good. Like I said, I had a bit of a... Oh, shit. Okay, so that's... I want to turn into the monkey when the water comes up because the water will hit Shantae, but the monkey can jump high enough to avoid it. I think that's game over, but I think I can continue just where I am, so... We shall see. Yeah, so I had a good day. I had a decent day at work. I had my first German class. I had a decent weekend. Oh god, what? Oh, I guess I don't continue where I was, so good thing I did a save state. Ow. Ah. Timing is off. There we go. Ah. Alright. Oh. Well, that did not go well. So yeah, good day at work, good day afterwards, nothing went wrong, just had to do driving, had a doctor's appointment, everything went well. We're talking a little bit at work about getting involved, taking an active role in attempting to rid Google's open source projects of disrespectful code. And disrespectful code in this case meaning terminology that is disrespectful towards some populations, whether it's master-slave or redlining or, you know, other things like that that have negative connotations that aren't really necessary in a technical context, and really don't oftentimes belong. There's a lot of cases where, like, master-slave terminology is used in programming and it's not literally, like, sensible. So it doesn't make as much sense to use that terminology when it can have a negative effect on other people. There's been some recent talk about this in the tech sphere, and Google has a policy for, like, how it should be replaced and, you know, what's going on with that. But for open source projects, sometimes these more general cleanup efforts aren't actually picked up and handled correctly. So taking some action as the open source software development team or open source engineering team and doing stuff like that is something that we're considering whether we want to do that and how we want to do it. I suggested, at least at first, that we could consider adding it to our existing... We have existing checkers that look for swear words and other things like that. We could add those terms, so... So, I mean, no longer acceptable is you know, relative, right? In hard drives, it's the reality. It's used in a ton of software. I found a legendary relic. These are supposed to be 4 kinds of these stones. Each one represents a different element. The one I found produces an endless supply of water. There's also an unbreakable golem, a simmer, and a twinkle. Any idea where the others are? Not really, but the golem stone was lost in the desert near Oasis Town. Ah, Granny, she has eyes like shining diamonds. Dude, you are just constantly talking about, like... Can't you see that Risky is trying to upgrade the steam engine with these magical stones? It'll make the thing more dangerous than ever. I've got to get to Oasis Town before Risky does. I mean, like, steam engines aren't inherently dangerous. I don't know, whatever. So there's a lot of cases where terminology which might... Shoot. So I'm curious if I continue now, if it's still going to send me back to... where I was. We'll find out. Yeah, okay. So I think that there's a healing thing in this town this way. Actually, save, yes. Hello, Barbara! So yeah, so using master slave to refer to, like, a hard drive setup or a database setup is the type of thing that, like, Google now has a policy that it's discouraged. That's not to say that, like, if you're checking code like that, you'll be punished or anything else like that, but that you should be thoughtful when doing these things. And so this is something that we're going to try and clean up our code base, and especially, like, APIs and other stuff like that. Like, in that case, it is really... It's sensible to try and, you know, have APIs that a bunch of other people are going to use, and, like, there's not really any reason to use the term slave, especially in hard drives. Like, slave doesn't actually mean, like, something... like, a lot of times these meanings are, in addition to being potentially concerning to some people in the community, are also just badly describing what is going on. So a lot of times you think, like, oh, in a master-slave setup, whatever hard drive is configured as the slave, like, can't, you know, have X, Y, or Z happen to it. But it turns out that if you, like, just unplug the master hard drive in a typical, like, you know, IDE master-slave setup, like, it will continue to work fine. Like, it'll just take over that role. And so even if it's configured with the slave jumpers, it's still going to be, like, running fine as a master, as there's not another hard drive there, so... yeah, so Brutally Paired Appliances was, like, the reason that name existed, and this is so dumb, like, so the goal of that terminology was to create a name that was so offensive that because there was a habit, whenever we would come up with, like, an internal engineering name, and then the salespeople would go and sell that name to the customer, and then it was like, but that was just supposed to be the temporary name, that wasn't the thing that we were supposed to sell, and so, like, Brutally Paired Appliances, the reason that they picked that name was so that the salespeople wouldn't go sell the customers and say, like, we'd really like to sell you the Brutally Paired Appliances feature. So yeah, like, master slave was the wrong thing to say in that case because it didn't accurately describe the relationship of the hardware. But yeah, so an argument at code review time is exactly what you'll have, and there's been some effort to, like, add checking so that you can know if you're adding offensive words and tell you better or whatever else like that. But yeah, so that's just a thing. I'm gonna actually pause this for a second. I need beer. So I'm gonna do this. Actually, just hit this button. I think hit this button. I did mention I wanted to show you old Carnival footage. I know that Brad is not happy about this, but, you know, that's just tough luck. And then actually, we'll just do this. Do this. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. I have to find the button. Where's my YouTube vid button? There we go. That's not perfect, but it'll do. Anyway, so I will be right back, but in the meantime, you can watch this. Like that shot, I wouldn't do that one again. This one either. Yeah, so I guess there's actually a lot of shots that I wouldn't do the same way that I used to. This one's just a SLR on the ground, obviously, and not the drone. These guys were really excited about the drone, the guys on stilts. This is fine, I'm out behind. This one, all these people were like, oh, fly over us, fly over us. I wouldn't do that one again at all. This one's fine, I'm off somewhere where there's no people underneath me. Vroom. Anyway, so yeah, so that was my old Carnival video that I made a couple years ago with the old drone. I think CPG Drone Archives is a channel that has some of my more recent ones from last year. All drone videos, yeah. So these actually got views somehow. So these are from the Mavic. You can see that I tend to shoot a lot higher now. Part of that is just because the new Mavic has, like, I can see where it's going from much farther away, so I don't have to constantly keep an eye on it. But if you wanted to skim through those are available on my other channel. Yeah, no, generally speaking, drone pans are not a good shot unless a tripod pan would be fine too. So, like, a lot of these are not good. They don't end up looking really great for some of the stuff. So, like this one I think is okay, right? Because you've got all of this color, and so like a slow pan here, actually what I'm doing is following the parade crowd. So you'll see that I think this will start panning soon. So like here, what I'm doing is staying focused on a single object and following it. Of course, then they all stopped, but I think this one maybe is useful in the same way that a tripod shot of the same crowd might be useful, but mostly not so much. Yeah, so that's, I mean, and this is one of the problems that I have with trying to film this parade, is that so much of it is just spent stopped. And I'm just like, move, do something. And then I'm just way more cautious now about pissing people off, because in 2014, everyone loved drones, and now people hate them. And so I'm just a lot more cautious about a lot of that. Anyway, so yeah, so those are old drone footage. You can check out the channel above, which has them all on there. And we are going to be drinking beer tonight. This is another one of these Berliner Weisses. I think this might be this, I don't know, this one's grapefruit, I guess, because it's got grapefruit all over it. So Mikkeller from Belgium. It's got barley malt, wheat malt. Oh, blood orange, that's what it is. So those are blood oranges. So it's a blood orange wheat beer instead. Yeah. I think last time was blueberry or something. Except it was pink, which was really confusing to me. But what can you do? Okay, and we're back to the game. I'm going to look up where I have to go. Talk with Bolo. Blah, blah, blah. Do I have 300 gems? I have 231. Alright, let's go get some more gems. I'm gonna apparently need to buy some boots, so. So yeah, overall, I have definitely changed a lot about how I fly. The shots that I used to take, I think, were more interesting, but now that everyone hates drones, I can't get away with taking them. And some of them were just never good ideas in the first place. Like, a lot of that was me being naive. I will admit that when my drone that I thought was perfectly fine and working fine decided to, like, tank it and sink in the middle of the river, luckily there was nothing underneath it, but it taught me that even a drone that you think is working fine can break at any time. And with that being the case, I adjusted a lot of my behavior to be a lot less risky, and to be a lot more conscientious of what's below me at any given time, so. You know, it used to be that drones were the new hotness. Now drones are, at least here, everyone's seen them. They all know what they look like. They all know what they act like. They all know all these things. And they are just like, they're worried about surveillance and spying and, oh, are you uploading my footage to put on the internet? And there's this weird thing where people are more scared of a drone recording the same thing that I could with my, like, camera, right? Like, I could grab my phone, pull it out of my pocket, and take the exact same footage, and it would not bother people nearly so much as when I do it with a drone. Why? I do not really understand, I have to admit, but I have figured out that it is true, and so as a result, I've, you know, learned to adjust some of my behavior. As far as my Chinese drone, no, I have not taken it out. I will have to admit that I am not super excited about it because I know it doesn't have GPS, and it's kind of scary for me to fly a thing that doesn't have GPS, so. The ice rescue was hilarious, I agree. Yeah, so that was when, at one point, my drone... so that one at least was... That one I had plenty of warning that something had gone wrong. So I knew that my drone was sinking. In fact, the reason that my drone got stuck out on the ice was because I knew something was wrong and then did the wrong thing to respond to it. So what happened was I went out flying, and it was very cold out. It was like 10 degrees. It was the middle of winter. It was like like there's a holiday in January, probably like Martin Luther King Day or something like that, and a friend of mine went out and we were gonna fly. And the problem with it being really cold out is that when it's really cold out, batteries don't really hold the same amount of charge. In fact, they may hold almost none. And so I had been flying for about 60 seconds, and I was just going to do like a straight out and back, like just to see, like, you know, it's going to go out about like 500 feet, come straight back over this ice, and I would get that shot. The drone at the time didn't have any telemetry, it didn't have like a map I could look at, didn't have any of these other things that would help me know, sorry, wrong button, where it was. And so, like, I didn't know whatever. And so, like, I see the light on the back blinking, which means, like, low battery. And I'm like, oh shit, like, I just took off. Like, I was not expecting to be low battery, like, immediately. This is surprising to me. Like, clearly I need to fly back to where I am currently. Problem was that I had, like, in my stress about doing that, I completely turned the drone around 180 degrees. And so in the process of trying to bring my drone back to safety, what I actually did was send it exactly the wrong direction, 180 degrees from where I wanted it to be. And in the process of doing that, I sent it further away from me. And then it went down on the ice, and that's bad, and so on and so forth. And so as a result of this, my drone was out on the ice. I couldn't get it back off because the battery was dead. And so what happened was that we went back like 3 days later with an RC car, some parachute cord. We also brought a kayak. I was gonna I didn't want to walk out on the ice because I knew it was like dangerous, but I was like, okay, like worst case scenario, like I will kayak out to that drone and pick it up. And so we brought a kayak, and we were gonna get the drone. Luckily for us, I did not end up needing to use the kayak. I just we sent the RC car out with parachute cord attached to it, and we were able to gather it and bring it back by just driving the parachute cord around it. It caught on the drone and pulled it back on the ice. So yeah, we were able to rescue the drone. That one, though, was entirely my fault. That's not like a mechanical failure. That was just a stupid human piloting error. And in any case where I was in crowds, I wouldn't have had the same risks. The reality is that, like, my new drone is way more reliable. It has redundant compasses. It has, like, a bunch of other, like, redundant electrical systems. And so, like, it's actually much safer as a drone overall. And I probably have less reason to be scared of flying it like in crowds or anything else like that than I had on my old drone. But now that I know what can go wrong, I'm like, oh, I don't want to do any of that. So but yeah, so part of it is that like people are just afraid that you can use a drone to spy on them, right? Like they're afraid of surveillance from a long distance. But even if I am like, here, look, like you can see what the drone is showing you, a lot of people still freak out, or they don't even really want to talk to you about it. They don't want to see it. They don't want to be involved. They just want you to go away. And so when they were a novelty, this was not the reaction I got. Everyone loved it. And I still get that a lot of times from like dads and kids and other stuff like that. They're like, oh, is it a drone? Like, can I fly it? Can I see it? Kids especially, like, they love to touch it. They love, you know, things like that. And so they are super happy to be able to see it. But on the other hand, it is definitely the case that there is a lot of negative sentiment out there as well. So I worry more, I get nervous, I feel like guilty, I feel like people are glaring at me, and I know that, you know, there are real like safety risks in addition to the social risk. So alright, cool. But yeah, like those Carnival shots that I'm showing you from today and from last year, like that drone, you could barely even see that drone. Like there was no way that you would have known it was there unless you were standing next to me and talking to me about it. And in that sense, like, okay, yeah, it's bad. On the other hand, like, because it's so far away, you can't actually see anything, right? Like, you can't see people, you can't see anything else like that. And so it's not as if, you know, you're at risk of being personally exposed by it, but that's, you know, these things aren't rational, they're emotional. And so that's just the way it is. I try and, I mean, rule number one of photography of any kind is don't be a jerk, in my opinion. That's at least the rule that I try very hard to live by. And so with that being the case, whatever minimizes people's level of discomfort is what I try and do. Alright. I don't know my way out of here. So in Tokyo, I felt like I had a lot of cases where the people who were in the picture were really excited about being in the picture. I don't know if that's normal or not. And this was in 2008, so there may be a very different, you know, tone these days. But I always felt like every time I wanted to take a picture, there was always a bunch of people who were like, I want to be in the picture. So, alright, let's just go past you. Get out of here. Oh god. Okay. Ugh. So yeah, it is 100% the case that I have the ability to take pictures from far away with a drone, but I think everyone assumes that drones are just like these magical devices that can take really, you know, like really detailed pictures from far away. And some of this is true, right? Like, it is technically possible to attach a camera to a drone that would allow you to do just ridiculously far shots. At one point, you know, I was seeing a demo, and it was talking about how, you know, the surveillance that you can get with a helicopter is at some point going to come to drones. And so they had a demo of, you know, this picture, and it's like, you know, you're reading the title of a book in this picture, right? So you can see the book, you can see the title of the book, and you're like, oh wow, like, you must be, that's pretty zoomed in. And then the, like, drone, like, pans out, like, zooms out, and then zooms out, and then zooms out, and you find out that this book that you're seeing a picture of is literally taken on a drone from a mile away. And it just has this ridiculously long zoom. So. I guess I can't talk to this person if I am not a human. Yes, I would like you to save a record of my travels. So yeah, so what I figured out is that I don't actually care about the saving, but I do care about the fact that the continues actually continue from when I last saved. So I care about that. Save states can't fix that. I just assumed my save state would be, or my my continue state would be related to the last thing I'd completed, not the last thing I'd saved myself as completing. So always save as usual, and not just with save states. Ah! Okay. Didn't fall in, didn't fall in. Back. Oh, didn't mean to fall into that, but alright. But yeah, drones are creepy, scary technology, is definitely a part of the zeitgeist. What I need to do is print out another... I used to have an information sheet that I could give out that gave information about my drone. It's like, how much did it cost? How far away can it go? How can it, like, do this? What, blah, blah, blah. And I had them all for my Phantom, but I never made them for my Mavic. But if I could give people an information, like, explainer sheet, maybe I'd feel more comfortable. Like, maybe that's the right solution for me at this point, because I do miss some of the shots I got that were closer in, but at this point, like, my feeling is basically, like, if you can hear the drone, I'm probably too close to you, and I feel like that's actually not true. Like, most people are probably not that freaked out. So this is another case where I can't tell the difference between, like, the platforms and not platforms, but whatever. Oh, I wonder if I can get up there now. So the monkey can jump higher. Yes. Nice. Oh, shit. Oh, crap. Alright, it's fine. Now I got full lives and full life. Oh, and I got to keep my heart box. Cool. Okay, so am I supposed to... Oh, I'm supposed to return to Watertown, not the other way. Oops. Finish your geoscience homework. So what was your geoscience homework about? There we go. The volume of water. I'm gonna go with 3 gallons. Sound like a good answer? Alright, monkey. Do your best. Ow! Monkey, you are not doing your best. Oh shit. Okay, well, that was problematic, but it's fine. Okay, I gotta be a little bit more careful that- Oh! This is how I can get the, fuck, the firefly. I'm a monkey now, so I can climb things. Ack. Let's go ahead and get the- Oh! Fuck! God damn it. Your teacher is 58, but looks 99. I mean, 58's pretty old as far as I'm concerned. I'm 34, and I feel pretty old, so... Alright. Climb up this wall. Nope. Huh. Okay. Well, so much for that plan. Thought I was going to be able to get the firefly, but... Oh! Maybe that's it. Alright. Let's come here and make a jump. There we go. Nope. It's really hard to get... Ugh. Okay, I don't think I can get there yet. Or if I can, it requires more skill than I have. Did I rant yet? I did not. It's not 11 o'clock. I also don't know if I'm going to rant tonight. Probably I should. I'm sure I can call it something to rant about, or you all can. What should I rant about tonight, Supermodel Gaming? And anybody else? Tell me what I should rant about. Mostly, so far, I've just been complaining about various things anyway, so... I mean, that's not a rant. That's a rave. I don't rave, I rant. There's a few exceptions to that, but they are not well liked as rants. Destroys and dilutes the brand. Yeah, but your definition of old school music is, like, not very old. I don't know. Sounds like trouble. Alright, Watertown it is. Watertown is also a town in Boston. Let's go to the Warp Squid Hut. I don't have enough Warp Squids, but I have 3. Here. Yes. It would be nice if I could find 4, but unfortunately I did not find 4. I know where the 4th is, I just couldn't get to it. Alright. Go in here and buy the boots. I don't know. I don't think so. Hello, item person. I want to buy some boots. Boot. Wow, I need a lot of gems. Okay. Younger siblings I never really interacted with much in school. I bought some famous fighters equipment. I bought some boots. Okay, I did not get any fireflies, so I don't need to go to Firefly Shrine. I will go to the bathhouse and recharge my life. Oh, excuse me. And then I will go save, so I'm back here if I need to continue. Save room. Yeah, Leif, I'm not aware of them changing recently, but I don't know. Hello, old man. Yes, I would like you to save a record of my travels. So now I have a special new move. I could do that. So yeah, Mark, you were asking if I could only attack with my hair. The answer is not anymore. Well, the reality is that oftentimes it's very difficult for any individual to do anything about the government, right? So I have very little control over government, especially at the federal level. I certainly have some control at the local level, and that's one of the things that I'm currently working on, is affecting my local government, but unless you're a duly elected congressional rep, I don't know how much you can do about the government as a whole. Ah. Ah. Crap. Ow. So I would say this game is pretty fun. The colors and graphics from the Game Boy Color are more advanced than I expected them to be. I thought that it had similar graphics quality to the Game Boy, but I guess not. This game is a bit more puzzly / RPG-y than I expected. And so in that sense, it's more like... what was the game that I just finished playing? Not Kid Chameleon. Crap. Star Tropics. It's a little bit more like Star Tropics than it is like a traditional platformer. I mean, it's like clearly the middle sections here are very much platforming instead of like four-way dungeoning like the Zelda series, but... I will admit, this is like one of the last games ever made for the Game Boy Color, so as is often the case, these systems get much more advanced as time goes on, as people learn all the tricks to make them do fancier things, but even so, this is way more advanced than I was expecting to deal with. Shit. Almost got me. God damn it, did get me. Sounds like an Org Chaos rant. Is in order. I don't know. Having a family full of teachers, I certainly dislike bad teachers, but I also at the same time have a lot harder time than maybe I did when I was growing up with attacking teachers for it, because I just see so much of the shit that they put up with from students and school districts and everything else like that, that I realize that sometimes it's harder than I think it is. There we go. Which doesn't mean you're wrong, just means that I have a harder time than I used to in dealing with, or in, you know, thinking about it or talking about it. There we go. Ah! God damn it. Oh no, that killed me? Oh, fuck. Alright, let's go out to the world and we will save in the bathhouse. No, we will go to the bathhouse and charge up our life. Bathhouse. And then we will get set for a CPG rant. Okay, I think toss a save state here. Those who don't want to put any effort into teaching should consider a different career. And those who think that teaching is an easy career probably need to rethink their priorities and thoughts. Sorry, I'll do that again. Those who think that teaching is an easy career need to rethink their thoughts. Teaching is extremely difficult, it's extremely involved, and teachers who get into it thinking that somehow it's going to be an easy job with 3 months off in the summer should get the fuck out of the profession. I'm the Chris who plays games, and this is your CPG rant of the evening. One of the problems with teaching is that many people go into it for all of the wrong reasons. It is absolutely the case that there are teachers out there who do not belong in the system. I don't know how exactly they get there and stay there, but the reality is that teaching underpays by a drastic gigantic amount. It is one of the most difficult things out there, with investments of 8, 10, 14, 12-hour days trying to deal with things at work and things at home. It offers so much challenge to the people who are there dealing with underfunded mandates from administrations that don't have any money to offer and are constantly dealing with budget cutbacks and every other limitation they can, while in some cases you get teachers who are in posh neighborhoods taking a bunch of tax money because of some stupid arrangement of how money is divided and teaching those, you know, rich and ritzy kids, while those in poorer communities are stuck with not having any books or paper or blackboards or whatever else they need. Teaching is fucking hard, and it's doubly hard when the administration fucks up and gets in the way of doing it well. It is absolutely the case that there are people out there who should not be teaching, but it is also the case that many teachers who would be good at teaching have the life sucked out of them by arrangements that come from organizations that do not support them. And in any job where you're an unsupported person being given unfunded mandates to do things that aren't always in the best interest of the people you're working with and are trying to meet some arbitrary goal set by people thousands of miles, hundreds of miles, or some thousands of miles away, of course you're going to have bad apples. Of course you're going to have bad situations and bad examples of people who are just drained from trying to deal with extremely difficult teaching environments. Of course you're going to have those types of things, but it is still the case that there are teachers out there who don't belong and never belong, who should not be there, who are not do not have the best interest of kids in mind. And the reason that there are still teachers, and the reason that there isn't someone better to replace them, is because teaching is a drastically underfunded position and occupation in our, at least American society. It is absolutely the case that teachers are not given the resources they need, are not given enough money to be hired reasonably, are not given any of the things that they need in order to succeed in many cases. And so it is absolutely the case that some of the people out there should be in a different job, but, you know, you take whatever you can get. And the reality is that being a teacher still, for the most part, pays better than working at McDonald's. And so you get some people there who are like, well, I can get this job because the school doesn't have any other choice, especially in things that are not core components of the curriculum, where they just need a body to fill a chair. And that's where you get people who are just like, I'm just going to assign the workbooks and we'll go through it. Or I'm just going to do X, Y, or Z, because schools incentivize certain number of hours a day or certain number of student days per year or everything else like that. And they don't always have the ability to care about the fact that they're incentivizing the wrong things to their teachers, because they don't have the budget to do any better. What are you going to do when all you can offer someone is barely above minimum wage? What are you going to do when all you can offer someone is a $21,000 salary that can't allow them to live in the community that they're teaching in? What are you going to do when you do not have the ability to pay people more, and you can't ask people to give their time away for free forever, and you can't live on the charity of these things? No one goes to their job for charity. I mean, some people do, but that's, I mean, generally speaking, you know what I'm talking about. No one goes to their job for charity. It's a job. It's a job, and it needs to be paid better. And one of the reasons that it isn't is because the amount of time that is invested by teachers in creating those learning experiences, in creating a teaching environment, in creating all of these things is drastically undercounted, because the number of hours that you spend in the classroom is what everyone looks at and says, oh, that's your number of hours a day. Like, you teach 6 periods, each one is 47 minutes, therefore you have 5 hours and 45 minutes of work time. Do you know how long it takes to prep one of those things? I do a 4-hour live stream twice a week, and I still spend 8 hours off of stream thinking about things and setting things up, and that's just for shit that doesn't matter to anybody. Like, I still spend all this time going out and doing all this prep work for what is essentially a hobby to me, and I don't work 8 hours. It's not providing for teaching 8 hours a day. Of course, there's a shit ton of stuff that goes in outside of the classroom, and it's never accounted for, and it's never cared about. And so someone just the other day, and people think like, oh, look, you get the summers off, because like schools in America tend to be like 3 months off in the summer. You know what those 3 months are? They're the extra 6 hours every day that teachers have to go and do prep and do grading and do coursework and do studying and do extra classes to like learn and keep up their learning diplomas, degrees, whatever. Like, all of the things that people have to do to maintain their position as teachers in a district that's trying to, you know, meet some criteria so they can get more money from the state, so at least they can afford to have fucking desks. Drastically underpaid teachers in drastically underfunded districts are the future of the education in America, and you can see how well it's working. You can see what has happened to critical thinking and our ability to do all these things. And it's not computers, and it's not anything else. It's the fact that we have underfunded our education system for decades, and we have done it despite the fact that we see it. We can see the output of it. We can see the results of it. And we've focused on standardized tests so much that we can improve our some bullshit metric, while at the same time falling further and further in the rankings of global educational status, and further in the rankings of performance. And yeah, there's still a ton of smart people who are out there and are able to succeed, but there's also a ton of smart people who are out there and aren't able to succeed because they don't get half the access to the tools and equity and components and everything else like that that are offered to the wealthy few. In a city like Cambridge, some massive minority of the students at the Cambridge public schools in Cambridge are on the free lunch program, despite the fact that the city is overall extremely wealthy. Why is that? Well, part of it is because most of the people who live here are grad students. But part of it is because there is a huge number of people who live in this town and send their kids to private schools and schools in other places because they don't trust the public school system. And at the same time, and this is one of the best funded school districts in the country, and this is still the case. It is still the case that people want to send their kids to somewhere else because they don't trust or believe in the system. And that's sad. Because the public education system in this country is the future of our country. It's the future of our youth. It's the future of our students. It's the future of everything. And if we are abandoning that to the point that only people, that people who live in these areas that are extremely well-funded school districts are sending these kids to private schools because they don't believe they'll get the chances that they just need in order to succeed otherwise, then we have failed. We have failed. And that's depressing as hell. So yeah, there's some people out there who shouldn't be teachers. There really are. That are teaching. But it's a systemic and fundamental issue that comes from the funding, the incentives, and everything else all the way up and down the system that results in these teachers keeping their positions. And that's what we really need to fix. Throw more money at the problem, and you're going to fix a lot of it. I'm the Chris who plays games, and this is your CPG rant of the evening. Close enough, supermodel? I know it probably wasn't exactly what you were expecting, but I'm gonna click a button. Okay. Oh, so I made a new video, and we're gonna watch it. It is completely unrelated to what we're playing at the moment, but I want to show you. Brad has already seen this, but I'm gonna play it anyway. D Projects Studio. So I mentioned that I had taken a studio production course, and in that studio production course, I worked with a band. We recorded a video shoot of their performance, and we also did an interview with them. So I am going to pull up my interview here. So this is going to be an interview with the Jeb Bush Orchestra. The Jeb Bush Orchestra is a band here in Boston, and I got a chance to film them and to talk to them. So, no, Cambridge does have some of the lowest property tax in the area, but it's also like the second highest per pupil funding in the country, because although the property tax is low, the property value is ridiculously high. So for example, like MIT owns $3 billion worth of commercially taxable property, not including the university properties in Cambridge. And so, yeah, it turns out that even with a low property tax rate, there's still a lot of money in the system. Cambridge is extremely wealthy as a city despite their low tax rate. Hi, I'm Chris, and I'm here at CCTV with the Jeb Bush Orchestra. So why don't you guys tell me a little bit about yourselves?
I'm Marshall, and I play the drums.
My name is Luke, and I play the bass.
My name's Grant, I play the electric guitar.
My name's Carter, I play keys.
Thanks for being with us here tonight, guys.
We're happy to be here.
So tell us a bit more about what type of music you do. You know, I was lucky enough to just hear you guys play, but tell us a little bit more about, you know, what goes into Jeb Bush Orchestra.
Well, we have a very specific way in which we write music, which is we reverse engineer from the dance.
So we think about, okay, we're at a party or we're at wherever we're playing, and we want people to move a certain way.
This way.
You know, it's like they're either, you know, you get up or you get down.
Yes, we believe that music cannot exist in the middle of danceability. You are either getting up to dance or you are getting down. There are two very different ways in which a person will dance to music. And we want to create music which is, if you like it, you can pay attention to it, but if you don't like it, you can just, oh, this is pleasant.
Yeah.
You're not stressed out.
Yeah, no, I think that's relax.
Yeah.
So that's the key thing to keep in mind.
Yeah,
Listening to the Jeb Bush Orchestra. Relax.
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 All right.
Have some fun, man.
Yeah.
Life is short.
It is. Is there ever a time when you're trying to play a get up song and people, you know, just mistakenly get down?
Oh my God, I've had that. That's the worst. So many times. No, because music works.
Yeah.
It does the thing that it's for.
Okay.
And I believe that music is made to entertain people and get people to dance at parties, like from an anthropological standpoint. That's its application.
We do tap into that thing of jam bands where they where it's all about the undulation of the energy and the music, where you start like you bring it down, and then you can go up to like a solo or a chorus or something that is really where the band is really soaring and you like at the peak of the energy, and that kind of rise and fall is what really
What makes it music.
yeah, and that's like, but that's a big thing about jam bands, where we kind of try to condense those moments in the song. You know, like I usually don't do any like 15-minute guitar solos.
Yeah.
We try to play jam band music for people that don't like jam bands.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes at gigs we will just put jam on the set list.
Yeah.
And then Luke calls out a key and then we see where that goes. So
Yeah.
I feel like...
But we try to get through it as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
We try not to be too self-indulgent, you know.
Type 5.
That's
Type 5 jam band.
Yeah.
We are basically just trying to make each other laugh on stage, and so it's like
there's an audience.
Right, yeah. So I mean, we like to have fun, and we really hope that people who listen to our music and come to our shows have fun. But like we've played rooms that were pretty empty, and it didn't look that different.
Yeah.
Like it's we don't really think about it that much.
Gotcha. So I think you guys are the Jeb Bush Orchestra. I mean, I know that you're the Jeb Bush Orchestra.
Wait, are we?
And folks can find
Who are
you
you guys?
on Instagram, SoundCloud, Facebook,
Spotify.
We are the
iTunes.
only one.
You're the only one.
The only joke.
Well, thank you so much for being here and chatting with us tonight. It's
Thank
been
you
great.
for having
Thanks,
us.
Chris.
Absolutely. All right. So that was the interview I recorded last week with the Jeb Bush Orchestra. You can find that interview on my other YouTube channel, which I just linked the video to. Yeah, it was a fun shoot. All of that stuff that we shot, you know, so a lot of those shots were some of my favorites from the shoot. In particular, I really love the shot of the zoomed in of his hands playing the bass, a great transition in the scene and other stuff like that. So that was my 3-camera studio shoot. I was was mic'd up for that, but I think that they didn't adjust the levels right on my mic for some reason. I thinking back, they never told me to do a mic check specifically. I just assumed that it was because I was talking the whole time and they could get it anyway without worrying about it. But in hindsight, I wonder if maybe that bit got missed. But overall, it was a fun shoot. It was a fun group, and they were fun to chat with. So that's the interview that I did with them, and I had a lot of fun at it. So yeah, KFC, welcome to the stream. One of the things you might learn about me if you stick around for a while is that I tend to mix in whatever I feel like into my streams. So rather than it being just playing video games or anything else like that, I have a lot of random videos I've taken, you know, events I've gone to, or other things like that mixed in as well. Oh, I thought I was going to be able to, like, land on that log, but I could not. Again, with the not knowing what is acceptable to stand on and what's not. Get out of here. Don't like you. Oh god. Slow down. Alright. And now we are back to playing Shantae and the oh, I was gonna say and the something, but there really isn't an and the in this one. Oops. Alright, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna change this. And so is that, if the game seems, oh, so that's still changing it a lot. I don't mean to do that. I don't know. That's unfortunate. Okay, if the game seems too loud, let me know. Sorry. I know that I said I wouldn't be messing around with it constantly, but I am. I will now monkey my way to the top. Hooah. Oh, okay. Look out. Monkey coming through. Oh, fire. Don't like fire. I like monkeys. I don't like fire. Monkey power. Ow! Fuck. I really don't like that there's no checkpoints mid these platforming sessions. There's no checkpoints, and I don't really dig that. Because I feel like they're pretty long. So are any of the old ones moving out, Leif, or are you just gonna have like 7 people in a house now? I feel like in Silicon Valley it might just be the latter. There's no room, there's no new rooms available, so we just have to start doubling up nerds. Put them in whatever room we can. Oh, god damn it. But yeah, they were really cool. They were fun. They were a fun group. So they actually did an email-based interview recently with a local magazine called Boston Variety, where they emailed them a whole bunch of questions that were similar kind of to what I asked. $3,500 a month sounds cheap. Org. I think you're a couple years out of date at this point. That's what it costs here in Boston. In San Francisco, you're talking about more like, you know, 5,000. Okay, so now it's nighttime, so everything is scarier. God damn it! I don't know. I'm a little bit, yeah, I don't know. Oh, hey. Firefly. Cool. But yeah, no, so we're currently at 3250 for our 300 a 3-bedroom, 1,100 square foot house here in Boston. I definitely know people who rent a similar sized place to this in downtown San Francisco and pay closer to $5,500 a month. You know, it's the kind of thing that you can only do if you are working with, you know, multiple tech salaries. Alright. Vid Summit. I don't know if I've heard of Vid Summit. Alright, big green worm. Get out of here. Yeah, so I think that I will probably continue playing this at some point. I'm not sure that it will be something that I immediately play the next parts of. This might be something that I just do, like, you know, once a month or so until I finish it. It's fun, but it's definitely draining, and I would kind of like to see if I can somehow... I don't know. I don't want to, like, pre-play all of the gameplay. On the other hand, I really don't like being lost in live streams, so it's kind of a struggle, so maybe I should just pre-record it. It's one of the things I've been thinking about for a while now, is like doing pre-recorded gameplay again. I did it once before, and it was a really interesting experience because I got to actually, like, I got to kind of, I didn't record audio commentary with it, I just played the game, and it meant that I got to have a conversation without having to look at the game screen constantly, so. I mean, I could find better cheats, but there's no cheats that are like halfway decent, right? Like if I could find like an infinite lives cheat, maybe, but that doesn't help with the knowing where to go. So I could get an infinite life cheat so that like everything doesn't hurt me, but that removes so much of the challenge that it doesn't tend to be as fun. And so that's always the question, is how do I balance fun and challenge and other stuff like that? So whenever oh, interesting, at night those guys go away. Interesting. Well, so, I mean, this is why, like the stream, the chunk of video that I just showed you, like, obviously that didn't have any gameplay. I just don't, like, I've actually considered producing, like, a variety show, right? Like, alright, let's do, okay, I'm gonna change back to Shantae at this point, and I think it's gonna make it easy, because the monkey jumps really far, which makes managing him on these, like, short little hops really difficult. But yeah, so I've considered doing like a full variety show. But the problem is that, like, a full variety show, there's so much content. Like, imagine like even 15-minute segments. Like that means for 4 hours of content, I have to produce 4 times, 16 segments just to make it to that. Yes, I would like to save a record of my travels. And so, the video that I just showed with the studio production course, like, first of all, it was 10 hours of, like, class time and, like, 4 hours of shooting time, well, 3 hours of shooting time, to get the footage. It was then, like, another, I don't know, like, 3-4 hours editing the footage, and that was, like, for one 4-minute clip. So if I was going to do 4 hours of that, that means I've got to spend so much time getting to the point where I can, actually have something to share. Now, obviously, I could make my variety show, streams shorter, but it's, I actually have a whole Google Doc full of ideas for what, like, variety show segments would look like for me. But then I look at it and I'm like, the trade-off, so many people, like, freak out when I'm not doing gameplay or whatever else, and then it's just so much work for not a ton of return. Because I'm not convinced that, like, you all like it any better. I'm not convinced that it would attract any different, like, any significant audience increase, so I'd be doing stuff for the same audience, and I love the audience, but I'm not convinced that most of my audience would love that kind of content. So, well, that sucks. Fuck. Okay, I guess I have to climb up that wall, which I thought I'd gone to the top and I couldn't go anywhere, but must be something I'm missing. Okay, not there. Can't reach that. So yeah, I think it would have to mean, if I was going to do something that was pre-recorded non-gameplay, it would definitely have to be much shorter. And I don't know. One of the things that's interesting to think about is that, so YouTube is actually coming out with a feature called premieres, where premieres are an ability to basically, like, you upload your video and you set that at a certain time it's going to premiere, it's going to show, and everyone can chat about it like they do in a live stream. It actually, like, technically behaves in all ways like a live stream. And that's interesting because it's like, okay, well, how would I use that feature? Like, would I upload my CPG rants at 10 o'clock the next day? Would I, you know, have them be, I don't know. So that's something that in the context of recording a full variety show or something, would be something that I could think about is, okay, like, if it's all pre-recorded content, then I could, you know, use premieres and just have everyone watch it, and I could watch it with them and wouldn't have to do anything funky with OBS or whatever else like that. Okay, I'm lost, as I often am. Yeah, one bedroom for $800 was the price in Cambridge, or in Salem, which is 40 minutes outside of Boston, for a studio 10 years ago. So, and things have gotten a lot worse since then. Oh, okay, I did that. Oh no. I went the wrong way? Shit, I went the wrong way. Yeah, so studios in Salem, my former girlfriend slash roommate, when she moved out, she moved to Salem, so this would have been 2010? So in 2010, she moved to Salem. She moved to Salem, and she had a studio for $750 a month, then, so... Okay, so I went entirely the wrong way. Which is frustrating. Especially because I thought I was following the walkthrough, which told me to go right. But it told me to go right to get one thing and then stop, which I failed to do, obviously. This part of the level is definitely much quicker to run through while it is nighttime. Damn it. Alright. Oh, seriously? I was still in Blinky mode. God damn it. Yeah, so this is one of the problems that I have with like Legend of Zelda 2. It's one of the problems that I like. It's one of the things that I liked about Star Tropics actually is that Star Tropics had a pretty straightforward level structure. So unlike Blaster Master or other games that I've played that have this kind of not Metroidvania, but this kind of back and forth level style, it is much more difficult to get lost. And there's nothing that I hate more than finding out that I've just spent 20 minutes complaining about how hard it is to go in a particular direction, only to find out that I never should have gone that direction in the first place. That's the worst. Damn. Oh, God. Fuck. But yeah, so that's something that I've constantly considered is, you know, what should I do? What would I want to do? What would I want to see? Because I do feel like, and this is one of the reasons why I always mix in other stuff with my content, is because I feel like gaming is like whatever, it's gaming. But like what I know and what I am good at and what I talk about are things that are like something that other people can't talk about, right? Like there's probably like 100 playthroughs of Shantae on YouTube, but there are probably no other videos of interviews with the Jed Bush Orchestra. I feel decently confident in saying that. Their music is on the YouTube. They've got a YouTube channel, but not the music is on YouTube, but not an interview. So yeah, exactly. Chris Plays Games exclusive. I mean, it's published on my channel and it has like 20 Siri views, so you know no one really cares, but still but yeah, like mixing in talking about the particular shots that I enjoyed or what the experience was like is interesting. Oh, speaking of shots I enjoyed in classes and everything else like that, so NoClip just did their third production video. NoClip is a channel that produces video game documentaries, and they've been producing a production series that talks about how they actually make their videos. And the one from today is about like setting up for like cameras, lights, etc. It is, if you are interested in doing documentary filmmaking, I highly recommend checking it out. It is basically like the first class of my documentary filmmaking class, condensed down to 15 minutes. Now, I will admit that like being able to do hands-on stuff is really great, and made a big difference between like just watching it. But you know, it talks about framing and rule of thirds and lighting setups and, you know, what you should do and how to create interesting backgrounds and how you want to kind of pull your subjects away from the background so that you can get separation, visual separation around them, and all of these things that I learned in those classes that I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed learning. I really enjoyed being able to practice them. But, you know, they do a really good job of condensing that advice down to something pretty condensed and kind of understandable even for people who don't have a lot of experience in doing that. So I was really excited. I need to send it over to my teacher for those classes and be like, hey, look, it's like the thing you were teaching us. I mean, I think Unraveled 2 you can only do local co-op. There's no There's no online co-op. Plus, I already played through on Rebel 2. So, that kind of... I mean, not that I couldn't do a co-op specific version, but... I wonder if the monkey can just, like, climb up this. Nope, he cannot. Ah. I am playing with whatever the defaults in BizHawk are, Mike. So, given that my feeling is that this game feels way more advanced than I thought it would, possibly. I thought that the Game Boy... Oh, not Game Boy... No, Game Boy Advance? No, I'm playing... I don't think so. I'm playing... I don't know. It says Game Boy Color at the top. Let's see. I've got equal length frames, forced DMG mode. Yeah, I don't think so. Emulate GBR hardware running a color Game Boy game instead of CGB hardware is set to false. So I think that I am not. That would be my take on reading these settings. But I am just playing with whatever the default that BizHawk does when you open up a Game Boy Color ROM is what I am doing because I didn't know any better. Alright. I hate that particular thing. That end of the bridge to green transition does not feel like it is a continuation of a platform. I found a firefly. Oh god. Shoot. Okay, yes, I am not doing that. That is an option in BizHawk and appears to be set to false. I was just surprised how good Game Boy Color games look. Or at least this Game Boy Color game looks. Because I expected it to be like the Game Boy with a little bit more color. But this feels much more like a Super Nintendo style look than it does a Game Boy. So... my expectations were exceeded significantly. I mean, I know this game was released in 2002, I just didn't realize that in, like, 16 years ago, portable game technology had advanced to this point, so... Alright. First the bathhouse. Oh, sorry. You're gonna tell me something useful. I've traveled to Watertown in the east and Oasis Town in the west. Have I visited either of them? I have visited Watertown, but I didn't go to Oasis Town because I didn't know which way it was, and I fucked it up. Excuse me. Sorry. Oh, I have to come in here at night. Okay. Oh wait, that's you. Yes, I am Shantae. I am your guardian genie, even though I'm not actually a genie or guardian. Well, I'm a half genie, I guess. I'm not a full genie. Excuse me. Alright, so I need to come out here and wait until it's nighttime, then come back to town. Yeah, so while I'm waiting, actually I'll go, I don't know for sure if this will advance while I'm here, so we'll go here. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm always thinking about whether, you know, whether I should do something different for streams, right? Should I do something that is more me, less me? This is one of the reasons I asked about potentially doing a public access show. So for it's been kind of amusing to look at. So the most recent week of public access shows for the station that I work at, or work out of, have worked with, whatever, I don't work at it, is here. And I definitely, like, I flipped through it a couple times and, like, looked at these, and so many of these are just, like, the classic cable access TV type of shows. But then there's some things that are actually kind of, like, cute. Is this one of them? That's not doing the right thing, I don't think. Let's see if I can find this. That's Keaton eating ramen. Oh, it's nighttime. Okay. I didn't find it, but like so many of the live shows that happen at CCTV are just your very classic, like, I just look at them and I'm like, oh, this feels very much like what I expect from public access TV. And so, like, thinking about that and comparing that to, like, what I do on live streams or other things like that is I'm like, you know, I could do better. Yes, let's dance. I will try rank A. Alright, let's see how this goes. I don't know how this dance stuff works, but I need to get some gems, so... Okay, that is way too hard. Okay, so that did not go well. My goal was 24 gems. I got 5 gems. Okay, let's try this again with it being a little bit less hard. Let's try rank E to start with. I was this close. This time I should have done it. I did it. I beat rank E. Yes. I will try rank 20. Or rank 20? Rank D. Not 20. I think I beat that. Yes. I beat rank D. Sure, I'll even try the next one. All right, deep breath. gonna be close. Yes. Alright, should I try rank B? I'm gonna try rank B. Now that I understand how the game works a little bit better. Nope. That was wrong. So I don't know, I don't want to just grind this out all night. Not the least because I'm apparently pretty crappy at it. I don't think I'm gonna make it. Oh, I did. Yeah, or Dance Dance Revolution or whatever. You just have to, it's all about the timing, so. Hello, Lumi, how's it going? Perfect. Perfect. I beat rank C. Yeah, that's right. Simon is pattern memorization. This is Dance Dance Revolution. I earned 74 gems. Yeah, I'll do it one more time. I'm in the thick of it now. So I think I need 400 gems to get the next, like, gear item. And I don't know if I should try and get it all now or wait or what. Oh. Couldn't even end on a good note. Alright, so let me look at this guide real quick. Alright, Naga Wasteland, let's go. Oh! Oh god. Okay. Just take some hits from my hair here. Alright, looking good. Ow! That was not fair. Okay. Let's turn into monkey. Oh, there's like a ladder. Take the ladder down. Anyway, Louie, not much is up as I was saying earlier. So let's see, things that happened today. I started my German class, so I'm now learning to speak German. I have... Can I squeeze through here? Nope. Ah. Ugh. Want that heart? Aha! I did it. Nice. I actually thought that it was gonna work, but I clipped it through. Take that, Mr. Prevent me from getting in there person. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to work or not, but I'm glad it did. This is another one of those games that when you die, it resets your heart to be not what I want, which is annoying, but whatever. Ow. Whew. Taking lots of damage. Ah! Spikes! God damn it. Yeah, so German classes, I finished up my edit of my studio production interview that I wanted to edit. I am going to be wrapping up the edit of my my ZipDocs class, the documentary that I made for sorry, words. The documentary that I made for Central Square Theater, which I've shown a couple of times. I got sign-off from our teacher on that he's happy with how it came out, and I need to do like one more credits slide / scene, whatever, and then we'll be done with that, and we can yeah, so that'll be the end of my video projects. I have a new bugbear that I need to argue about school district policy with the city administration and with the school district, so I'll probably be going to the school district meeting, sorry, the school committee meeting coming up soon, which is, I'm not super excited about, but their behavior around the school Wi-Fi and the oh fuck, that was dumb of me. Their behavior around Chromebooks and the school Wi-Fi is problematic from a perspective of providing equitable access to students. So it really just does not make sense to give high school students computers, say they are the only ones that can be used on school property, on the school Wi-Fi, and then set them up with a policy that prevents them from accessing YouTube. Especially when you're talking about these Chromebooks that you're giving out as being like an equity program to deal with the fact that we know we have some students who don't have computers at home, to use Chromebooks that only that can't go on YouTube is ridiculous. Like, YouTube, I know that YouTube can be a time waster. Like, obviously I know that because you're all wasting time watching me right now. But I also know that YouTube, like, Khan Academy videos have more than 1.5 billion views. And I know that, like, YouTube is a huge source of educational content. And to just, like, block all of that wantonly without even discussing it with the school committee, the folks who are supposed to set policies around, you know, what laptops can be used in schools and other things like that, is just so sad. Like, how can you just, like, let that be and not realize it's a problem? It's really frustrating. So now I gotta have that fight. And as I discussed on Friday during my CPG rant, there's a local person who's very upset that the school went with Chromebooks at all because he thinks that, you know, they're only a way for students to learn mid-tier skills that will never let them get a job in the real world, which I think is frankly horseshit. You know, I will admit that the school laptops as configured don't allow students to install additional software and do other things they need, but that would be the case no matter what, because the issue there isn't that they're Chromebooks, it's that the school is being super controlled and locked down about the hardware that they're willing to run. They're not even letting kids go on fucking YouTube on this hardware. So, like, you can't pretend that the issue here is Chromebooks. The issue here is a school administration and set of policies that is not designed to maximize learning. So, like, let's not go blaming the Chromebooks as hardware for that, because there are plenty of fixes to a lot of these problems. Like, yes, it is true that you cannot install Adobe Premiere on a, like, you know, on a Chromebook. But it is also the case that you can't install Adobe Premiere on a lockdown Windows or Linux laptop either. Like, you know, this is not... Okay, I need to just kill some of you and hopefully get some hearts out of it. And you don't want to die, which is problematic. Ow. Stop hitting me! Oh. My plan of killing them has failed because I'm not patient enough. I never used Amigas. I never used, Actually, you know what? It's... Yeah. Let's come back here. Let's save. Let's die a couple times to fill up our lives. This is also another thing that kind of pisses me off, right? Like, okay, the way that I maximize the number of lives going into this section, because if I don't, like, save here, when I save here and I continue, then it will continue from here. And so the thing that makes the most sense for me to do is to go out of town, to die twice, so that I reset my number of lives. I will come back to the town, and then I can go in the, like, the bathhouse or whatever, recharge my life, etc., etc. Just annoying. Okay, so I do that, and then I can come back here and I continue. Yeah, well, we had pre-OS Macs. We had pre-OS 9 Macs. We had Apple II, whatever, Apple IIe's probably. All right. So now let's go back this way. I've got 4 lives now. Let's treat this for serious. Ugh. So, like, what the frick is the approach here? How am I supposed to kill this lady? It just takes so many goddamn hits. Like... And if I hit her, I can't jump past her without taking damage. Ugh. Can't even turn into a monkey without getting hit. Alright, let's try this again. Let's turn into monkey. But yes, welcome, Jeff. It's good to see you. Yeah, I mean, my first computing experience, as far as I remember, at school was... I don't think it was Oregon Trail, but it was probably something... But it was, I think it was Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego on, like, Apple II-ish machines. So, I don't remember the exact machines, but... something in that space. Alright, so let's see if I can clip past this door again. Yes. Okay, cool. So that feels like it has to be by design. Like, if you run away from it and then run back while it's still going up, you gain a little bit of room. And I think that that's probably the way it was supposed to be. So, go up here. Ah. Sometimes it seems like I just get stuck and can't actually complete my dance moves. Alright. Ah! Oh, god damn it. Okay, so that restarts me at the ladder. No, it's there's spikes at the bottom of that hole. There we go. Ah! Oh yeah, so I guess Serena Williams, like, got in trouble for yelling at a ref this weekend? I don't know. I don't follow tennis closely, but I know there was, like, a political cartoon that was extremely racist about it, and there was video of her hugging her opponent and talking about the fact that you shouldn't boo her for winning. Seems like a shitty situation all around. Alright. Let's go down this ladder, because I think if I do that, then when I come back up, or when I die again, it will reset here, which is good. Now... Oh! It's the exact same thing I did last time. Okay, that was not anymore. That was not as helpful as I kind of hoped. Okay, hey, I'm in Oasis Land. Okay, let's see if I can find a save point. Oh, okay. Ah! Alright, get past these people, and go on. Oh no. Oh no. Cool. Hey! Okay, cool. Let's go to the bathhouse. Yeah. Don't have any idea what you're talking about. Alright. Save, yes. I don't know. I think I'm gonna call it a night here, actually. Because I don't think we're gonna get through to the next town. Yeah. I know it's early, but... Okay. Yep, I am feeling that way. Okay, so yeah, so that is the start of Shantae. I'm not gonna finish it tonight. I'm tired. It's been like German class was draining. Work was decent, but I'm tired. And so I am going to catch some sleep. It has been fun. We've gotten to Oasis Town. The game is saved. We'll save a save state. We're good. We're going to raid anybody. We might. I'm going to see who's online. And I will probably hang out for a little bit and watch someone if I can find someone to raid. We're gonna. I want to see this game. So we're gonna raid somebody playing a new game. It's not a retro game, but his name is Kink, and he's a good friend of ours. Well, he's a good friend of mine, and he should be a good friend of yours. So we're gonna raid. If you are up to it, hop in this stream and say #CPG raid, and say hi, hang out for a little bit. If not, it's been lovely to have all of you. I will be back this Friday. We're gonna play the new Tomb Raider on Friday, assuming that it releases on time as planned. I've already prepaid for it, so hopefully everything will be good there. So we'll be doing that, and yeah. Other than that, I hope you all have a great week. Feel free to hit me up on Twitter, Discord, etc. Say hi, say hello, tell me you love me or not love me. Either way, I look forward to hearing from you, and it has been a lovely evening for me, and I hope it's been a lovely evening for you. Hop into King's chat, say hi. Other than that, have a great night. Bye-bye.